Alright guys, so my voice has been absolutely pyroblasted by too much singing and dancing, so my girlfriend's going to take over for me today.
So, on the 30th of November, absolute chaos will unleash itself upon the Season of Discovery servers. The precise timings of this pandemonium will be on the screen right now. And obviously, playing at launch comes with complications, like 200 people trying to kill the same kobold in Northshire. Blizzard have consistently, for every launch, totally messed up the layering situation, especially for the human starting zone in my experience, since so many people always want to play human. I mean, you could just not play the launch, right? Well, the issue with that is you will very likely hit a large bottleneck and have to suffer through it probably all the way until max level. Remember that max level is actually level 25. You see, this isn't a mixed max guide on how to speed level to 25, as you might think. This is a guide on how to avoid an irritating leveling experience of competing with other players. Because I don't know about you, but getting the tag on a named mob stolen 10 times in a row isn't particularly entertaining, especially when a player ignores the queue and steals it. In the EU, it won't be that bad because servers launch late at night and most people aren't sweaty enough to play through the night. So if you get up really early in the morning and go on the 31st, you can avoid the initial ZERG, and when people who stayed up all night finally go to sleep, the open world will open up to you. But obviously, most people watching this video are in fact playing on US realms, and the servers launch in the afternoon, so we have a problem. But what if you could get ahead of the ZERG so unbelievably well that you only end up sharing the open world with a handful of players and the experience will just be like leveling fresh on a Raft Classic server right now? I have had my fair experience of server launches, more so than the average player since I've been sad enough to play on several private servers. I've also talked to a lot of world first runners about these strategies they use to get ahead of the pack. This is going to be the best strategy that you should use to get ahead of all the headless chickens in the starting area. Your first objective is to get to level 4. This is because the quest hub after the starting area unlocks at level 4. The idea here is to jump ahead to this quest hub early to get ahead of everyone. Now, the problem is that trying to take on these quests at level 4 is definitely a challenge. I don't think any class other than a warlock will be able to manage it, to be honest, especially not a warrior. So the solution is to do a duo level. I can't stress this enough, that duo leveling in the first phase of a server launch is far superior to doing it alone. To get to level 4, you will have to suffer through competing for quest mobs with other people. But it won't be too bad, as the spawn rate should be near enough instantaneous. The best strategy is to use Codex Light so that you know the precise spawn locations and you both camp different spawn points to get the tag. Use the start attack macro and spam it. Once you hit level 4, you should follow the optimal leveling route that Rested XP shows you. You can get a 5 discount in the description down below. But you should apply this principle of jumping to the next zone early for the next zone jump. So at level 9, you jump to the level 10 zone. So for instance, humans should go to Westfall at level 9, and orcs should jump to the Barrens at level 9. And once you've done this leveling, over level 9 should be considerably easier and less irritating. Remember also that add-ons can cause loading delays and mess up your game when you make a new character. For these few levels, I would just recommend using a question add-on like Codex Light and nothing else. When you make a new character, all your add-ons will load onto the character, so remember to switch them off in the game menu. Another problem that will likely present itself is server crashes. This mistake that people make is going back to the main login screen when this happens. You should always lurk the realm selection screen and wait for the server to flash green and quickly double click it. This way you should avoid putting yourself at the back of the queue. Now, if you want to speed your way to level 25 as fast as possible, obviously doing instance content is going to be the way forward because it's a safe and reliable method of obtaining experience. But it kind of defeats the purpose of the Season of Discovery. This season is supposed to be about discovering new things in the open world and taking your time to enjoy the leveling experience, rather than just rushing it. But you can play the game however the hell you want to play it at the end of the day. Anyways, my name is Meta. Obviously not Meta. Probably thought this was shit. Goodbye.